Blast me to Bermuda. It's time for the Mad Merlins unboxing of Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Delivery 19 by Hachette Partworks with Games Workshop. Hello everyone and welcome to another Mad Merlins unboxing. So we have yet another delivery for the Imperium collection by Hachette. And it's a bit of a mixed bag, but for me, there's a good amount of models for the Necrons in there, so I'm happy. So, as usual, don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and, of course, do drop a comment below, as I love hearing back from all of you. And it also goes a great way to help out this channel. So we have Delivery 19, and this is issues 71, 72, 73, and 74, and they are some good issues. So without further ado, let's tip out the bag and have a look inside. So first off, looks like they've actually packed it in order. So we got 71, which is part 1 of our Lychguard. 72, part 2 of Lychguard. 73, and Necron Destroyer, Heavy Destroyer. And 74, the Space Marine Servo Fire Turret. So, as usual, we'll go through each of the issues individually, having a quick look at the contents, the frames, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on this delivery at the end. So let's start at issue 71. So here we have issue 71. We've got our first part of our Triarchs Praetorians or Lychguard. We also have our missing flying stands for our Space Marine models. And this is, put those to one side, really good kit. One of the better Necron infantry kits that came out back during the 2010s when they got their range review last. But yeah, really cool models. Can't wait to build these guys. So much nice detail as well. So let's have a look at our magazine. So we got our battle record. We learn about the Dark Imperium. We have a bit of background on Helbrecht of the Black Templars, plus his rivalry with Imhotep the Stormlord. Another Black Templar character, Grimaldus, hero of Hell's Reach. We have a meaty story with the Emperor's Justice, featuring the Black Templars against the Orcs. So we've got a nice little medium-sized story there. And we got a continuation to the Rogue Trader logbook. This is the incident at Arabeth 4. So focusing on some of the adversaries they faced. And another member of the crew there. And for our Necron's background, we got some new characters here. So we got Orican the Diviner and Anrakia the Traveller. So we got our build guide, so we do need both issues to build the complete squad. And it does give us the variant assembly to equip the shield and swords or the scythes. So it's pretty cool. And then we got a mission, War in the Dark. It's just a 2-mat battle, end to end, 50 power. Pretty cool. Right, issue 72 then. So we get our bases with this issue. So 532 more bases. We get our final frame. And we get a nice new magazine. So we got a few read articles, paint guides, and a new mission. So we learn about one of my favourite Necron heroes, or well, villains, Nemazor Zandrek of the Saltec dynasty. And also we learn about Illuminor Xeris, who we'll be getting in the extended 10 issues. For the Space Marines, we got background on the Dark Angel characters, Grandmaster Azrael and Captain Lazarus. Background information on the Space Marine flyer vehicles and their speeders. A continuation to the Grey Knight story, the Festering Hordes, so we see what happens to the rest of the squad. So that's pretty cool. And then we got our paint guide, so pretty straightforward if you're following along the magazine. It does only show you how to paint them with the war size. It doesn't show you how to paint the shields, which I kind of feel they could have done. I suppose you could always paint them in a similar effect to the weapons there, or to the rest of the armour on our Lychguard. We've got Warlord traits for our Battle Sisters. Got our datasheet for the Lychguard. So again, we got both weapon profiles and the rules of the dispersion shield. And it also says units 5 to 10, so that's cool. I'm glad I got 2 extra issues of 71 and 72. I'm going to build 10 up with the shield and sword, and then 5 as a elite unit with a little bit more damage output. Then we have locating the gate. So big battle, all 4 mats, and we've got these cool corner deployments. We can't use strategic reserves, and we must split our forces between the objectives. That's a pretty cool mission. Can't wait to play that one. That looks quite good. And then we have that. So next up, I think one of the issues I'm most excited about is the Lychguard Heavy Destroyer. So beautiful frame. I've only had one of these before in the past. That was with my Christmas box 2 years ago. But I can't wait to build up this guy. So you got choice of 2 weapons, and it is fairly easy to leave it that you can swap between the 2. So I will probably cover that in the build guide. Yeah, really cool model. We have his large base there. And we got, a fold out for the Rogue Trader. And we got our magazine. So what do we have inside? So we have all about the Lychguard Heavy Destroyer and his battle record there. Background information about Sanguinor, one of the Blood Angel characters. And Gabriel Seth, one of the Blood Angel successor characters. We've got an expansion on the 5th Seer for the Tau. And their various foes, including the Imperial Guard and the Genestealer Cults. We've got our build guide, so luckily he's a push-fit model. But he's pretty easy to get together. And the best thing you can do is, I believe there's like a little nub on each of these. File them flat, and then you can just push in this hand and easily pull the arms out and swap between the different guns as you wish. But yeah, either way, lovely model, easy to put together. Then we got our paint guide, so we've got lots of detail to paint on this guy. But pretty straightforward guide, and he'll look pretty cool in the end. He looks like he's leaning a bit too far forward there. He should be a little bit more raised up. I will warn, the contact point where he attaches to his base and to his underside is fairly fragile. I ended up having mine snap and I had to pin it in place. So just go careful when you are building and painting yours. We've also got some updated information, updated paint guides. So that's cool. So we've got paintings and details on our Space Marines. So we got the Lieutenant's helmet stripe, the Librarian's cables, And then on our Battle Sisters, so we're finishing off all our red details. So the Simulacrum, we've got Baylor Brown on the wood. Inside of the robes with Evil Sun Scarlet, the eyes with Wild Rider Red. And we're painting the flames on our Repentia Mistress's backpack. So basing the Corax white, then yellow, orange, red, darker red, and a dry brush of black. So that's pretty cool. And we've got some more details for our Adeptus Mechanicus. So weapon grips and purity seals, pink horror, straps, Baylor brown. Parchment and any skulls are relaying with pallid witch flesh. So finishing off a lot of our models, which is cool. And we are doing pallid witch flesh on our flayed one's skin as well. So yeah, really cool that we're doing some touch-up details to our models. And we got a guide on how to paint face details. So this includes highlighting your flesh, picking out teeth, the mouth, and even the eyes, and showing you how to do it on all your models. So it's going to be quite cool. I have to try doing that on all my Battle Sisters. It's going to be difficult, but shouldn't be too hard. So we have our full datasheet for our Heavy Destroyer there, plus all his different weapons. So you've got an anti-tank or a blast weapon for dealing with large squads. And we got a mission, Grinding Advanced, which is yet another big battle. We've got 2 large deployment zones, so that's pretty cool. And again, most of these missions, they are objective-based. And we score extra points for holding no man's land. Pretty cool. And then we got our fold-out, which is the journal for up to Journey to the Blackstone Fortresses. So, covering some of the creatures we meet there. So the Spindle Drones, the Beastmen, Kroot, the Amble, the Urgulls, the Zote. And covering more of the crew and their journey. Okay, finally then, we got issue 74. So this is our Firestrike Turret for the Space Marines. So we've got another large base. I believe that's, yeah, bigger than the Locust Destroyer. And this is another one of the easy build models. It's all fairly push fit, but we do have options. We've got, again, 2 different types of guns to use. The las cannons there, or the auto cannons, so whichever you fancy. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this particular kit, or the unit rather. Don't see much call for the anti-air in the collection, really, or I don't see many people playing aircraft in games anyway, but still, pretty nice model to add to the collection. See how he plays in game at some point. So we got our build and paint guide, Chaos Space Marine story, and we got the datasheet as well. Now, still got quite a fair bit of information in this magazine though, so that's pretty cool. So we got our battle record for our Firestrike Turret. So we got our Tech Marine gunning it there. We got the Full of Domenor, a Khorne versus Blood Angel story. Pretty cool. Nice double page. We got a background information on Khorne demons, so another inquisitorial report. And we got a couple of Space Wolf characters. So we got Ulrich the Slayer, High Priest. And we got Bjorn the Fell-Handed, Last Company of Russ. So we got our build guide. So he's fairly straightforward, very push fit, heavy, so easy to put together. Should be fairly easy to leave a lot of the details here unglued, so you can swap between the 2 weapon options. And you can even leave this bit unglued, so you can rotate it if you fancied. Painting it, so we're in Macragge blue, Mephiston red picking out the Tech Marine armor, Abaddon black, Lead Belcher, Retributor armor, Null oil, Micron flesh shade, Mephiston red. Wild Rider red for the highlights, Calgar blue for highlighting the blue, Mechanica standard grey on all the black details, Final Highlighter Dawnstone, Stormhost Silver, and then picking out those Mechanicum symbols with Quaritx White. Now you've got details such as the eyes, the Tesseract glow, etc. as well. Yeah, it shows here to leave the turret loose from the base so that you can paint it and detail the base a lot easier. Yeah, really cool. So you can have 1 to 3 in a unit, so if you pick out multiples of these, you can have a whole battery of 3. That'd be pretty cool. So you need twin accelerator autocannons, a heavy 6, strength 7, -1/2 damage, so good at infantry. But the last talon is a heavy 4, strength 9, -3, and damage d6, so pretty good for your anti-tank, but is a bit shorter ranged. And it shows you can't put your server turret on terrain, so it must always be ground mounted. And it shows it has like a fixed particular area there for deployment. So yeah. And we got another big battle. The Legion arises, so we got 75 power to play with. Caught off guard, half of the Imperium's units must be deployed in reserve. So this is kind of similar to how we had the Necron one last delivery, where they had to put half their units in deployment, but the Necrons had a bigger deployment zone. And then we got the same take and hold progressive objective there as well. Little look into the future. So we got our second reactor, and we got 2 colour schemes on how to paint this guy. Can't wait to see that. And issue 76, we got our Invader ATV. So one kit I do quite like and have been meaning to pick up, but they seem to be very popular around my area, and they very rarely have them in stock. So glad to finally be getting one with this collection. So there we have that. I'll bring everything in and I'll give you my final thoughts. So there we have delivery 19 of Imperium, and it is a pretty cool delivery. Like I said, I'm not too big on the servo turret. It's just, it doesn't really seem like a Space Marine thing to have. Space Marines are always, to me, they're always about the tanks and, you know, the mass infantry fires. Never been the biggest fan of the bombard things and the platform guns that they could take from Forge World. Though this does take quite a few key from the Tarantula turrets, which are kind of cool. They're just little auto-firing turrets that you used to be able to get and deploy for your Space Marines. But for me, the big winners of this is the Necron side of things. The Lychguard are one of my favourite kits, and the Locust Heavy Destroyer is one of the best updated Necron models they've done. Really hope they give the same treatment to the regular Locust Destroyers, which we were meant to be getting one in this collection, but they pulled it out. So hopefully they're going to be doing those at some point in the near future. It would be nice if they finally did update them. One thing I didn't say was we do get alternate heads of the Locust Destroyer, so if you pick up 2, you can give each one a different head, which is pretty cool. And yeah, the Lychguard are going to be a fun kit to build. You can also build them as the Praetorians. They're a pretty cool unit. They're fast, deadly, but I've never really liked their look. Plus they have particle weapons for one of their build-ups. And if you've watched these videos before, you know my thoughts on particle weapons. They're kind of meh. But either way, you do build up some lovely models there. The Triarchs, Praetorians, both, and the Lychguard are awesome looking models. You do have the alternate backs for the Triarchs, which is pretty cool. But majority of the kit shares a lot of similar components, even the hafts of the staffs there, so pretty cool. Really Looking forward to getting down and building up all of these models. Even the Firestrike Turret I'm going to enjoy. It'll be nice to do a red Space Marine, something a little bit different to the blue that we've already done for our collection so far. Who knows, I might be following the paint guide specifically for it anyway, so that's that. So yeah, I think a solid 4 out of 5 for this delivery. Pretty good. Nice models, and definitely worth doubling up on 71, 2 and 3. They're just some really good, best Necron models in the collection, I think, hands down. So yeah, what do you think of this delivery? Let me know in the comment section down below. We'll have a good old natter. Let me know if you're picking up any of these duplicates and what you're going to be doing with them. I love hearing back from you. Might give me a few ideas for my own collection. But that's all I have to say on the matter, and I would like to take this moment to thank you all for watching. Of course, if you think I deserve it, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and I will see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.